Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, hallelujah. All praise be to the Most High, Yahushua HaMashiach.
Pop out chat.
We are the Greeks,
Stop.
Yashraelim, Yahudim, chosen,
Participants. If you don't know, then you don't know, you know? Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is nice. I love you, Benji. I love you too, baby. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Check it out. Oh yeah, yeah. Every day's a party. In the life and the love of Yahushua HaMashiach, yeah, gotta get it in. From the end to the starting. Pull the world apart, see the star come down and not drain. Yahushua, yeah, 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 yeah. One of a kind, one of a mind, all at the same time, 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 time. Calendrical thinking, out of home prison. Shama even in me. Yahados is your name. Your kingdom come and your will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Have mercy on us for our trespasses, as we have mercy on those who trespass against us.
Try so hard not to laugh.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all the power of the wicked one. Yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Oh, yeah.
What's up? Can you dig it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yahoo, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
You're playing a game?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, 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 no.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yahoo.
Come swim with us, bro.
Just that you go get you a shovel, cause you gonna need to dig this, man. Hey man, I try to tell them, they gotta have a shovel, man. You gonna have to dig it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Peace. Snaps. All right. So we are going to have a little time. What does mean? A little cooling time. As I think about what comes, you know what I'm saying, until it comes, I'm going to play some music. Until then. Okay. Yahoo. It was like 82 degrees today. Although it felt like 105. Mm-hmm. Yahoo. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so let's get down to business. I don't know why, just why. You know. Ready, I'm ready then. What should we talk about? What should we talk about?
Remix. We in a new age. This is a new era. Much of the world stuck in stupid. Look at these new bearers manipulating these people. Look at these jewel wearers. Frequency conjuring demons thinking that you clever. Zion is priest, necromancy mimicking Judas Sarah, professing Yahusha. Denying Yahusha, you see these terrors. And if a Black Lives Matter, then drama shouldn't scare us. Switch on the black lights rather than drama rules flare up. Some bitch think kids in hypnosis, but they be Helen Keller. Think no wicked, see no wicked. And every thought in their heart will be demons for wickedness. When in Phoenicians the reasons like bridges for falling, they season jump on the boat cause we leaving the same that behaving. We leaving Illuminati only doing what they've been supposed to do. Y'all holler wearing fringes, huh? Yeah, you infringing on what you know to do. So ain't no man that's building if you building what's supposed to the truth. Here we ain't brothers need. If I can't get close to you, you know this priest preach and claim a bleak teach. Blood prophet, I'm walking, I dive and drink deep. Licking this blood out of my body, wiping with pink streaks. I need the blood of the young, I'ma see it, so preach, preach. Love walking, walking with prophets, I looking deep into their pockets, but these prophets don't speak. Please, come and I seek the peace of Yahushua HaMashiach, so carry me a side piece. Carrying Mary, and carrying Jesus, piece of Jesus, and Mary's teaching. Please breathe. Hallelujah, HaMashiach, hallelujah.
Would you care for a peanut?
That's the blood of the Messiah, the only master who ever have his hands over me. The life that you will cover his life in the realm.
Spicy.
No more time for hating unless I'm hating. What's the great new word of truth and killing all my people? Just like it's they promise so close. Either way, they be feeling like they kill the ghost. When they're blind, they all blind. When they numb in their mind, they all numb. That's that death, dumb and dumb and dumb blind. Hallelujah to Yahushua HaMashiach. It's about that time. Ain't no umbrella for Corella, She been acting too chill. Look Cadillac, coach the bill. Why they trying to kill my people? Overkill. This that Overwatch. It's like Deathstroke and Batman. I put the bitch rope and make that backhand. I turn the flip it over, tell him to your side head, and that's an overhand. Get your face smacked like it's Chris Rock, Will Smith. I know it like they kill shit. Bring it in, bring it down. The marble ladder like kill switch. Yeah, them times will turn.
All right.
Them lines will burn. Yet these burning lions flying like some eagles. I'm just a space coming in. I'm that griffin. No fear.
So I'm going to do a little research time about excuse me, voodoo. Right. Of course, there's going to be a little bit more to that.
Mullet's coming, skull and bones, we live in X-Files. Generation X Nick Cannon, out wild. It's FaceTime, and yet I give him no neck. And if I'm cutthroat, it's Willie Lynch. His fault, it's a lynch mob. Free case rob. Every case time. That's a lit sign. Fresh Prince on his grind. This big time, we space time. Old 45. We all the time in road running. Flashpoint to every paradox. DC, we burn the rubber. If no facts, stated. But I say it like to underestimate it. Y'all can just keep me elevated. We wearing Crocs, these holy Crocs. You better walk this like holy socks. And did you know that we consecrated this apocalypse? You better watch your lips and not grind this. You better stop the hit like baseball. Glove to mitt, hand in it, rock the pit. Hallelujah. My shit key like that mosh pit. Life is a rodeo. Life could be a better dancing show. Like a rock, like a roll. Either way they want it like a rolling stone. Papa was the rolling stone. Me, I never stay home. Banned from my mama, banned from my daddy, rejected from my whole family. It's okay cause y'all standing me. I'm gonna be like outstanding things. Hallelujah, we all in one like a lynch. Hilarious, all in one. And your who's is goodness is righteousness is all around the rock. Like wherever way the position like smoking. Indica floating. There's the boat. Put you in the neck till you're choking. Put you in the choking. You know Matilda, the Miss Crunchable, but it's much too good for children. Hallelujah, look at your children. Make to the young team building. All the wicked all around us. Hallelujah, our team building. We the true nations, free time. Hallelujah to the King, master line. Master book in his God vines, God signs, God time. Going out to libation. Passover. Living in this new rock, yeah. Clean us out like irritation, that irrigation, that's body flow like chemistry.
Hi, buddy. Hello, buddy.
If you like what you like so far, give a smile in the section.
I'm gonna play a couple songs before I go over a study of voodoo, and some other things. Interesting study. Un momento, please. You know, you got to get the environment ready and steady. Y'all want one of these? They 45.
Brandy. It's that brandy right there.
Look at my face, no shroud. Who takes my place? Scream it loud. You in my way, step it down. I give my praise, won't come it down. He sends that rain like comets down. This time of grace is running out. You open boots blowing out. Blood in the streets, we come in crowds. We drink from rivers pouring out. Them living waters, deep and shout. Perfect your view, shallow how. Pursue my God and not a gal. Them empty vessels full of mouth. It's a possession with a vow. Yeah. In my oppression is a vow. In all progressions till I'm bound. Yo, who should prayer hand down? Lead with his power, let it down. All wickedness on underground. Attach your knees into the ground. Every song going round and round. Touch down like bottoms of a gown. Cause hell is coming for them pound. Just so those dead, she's a clown. Please here we go, deaf into the sound. deaf sound. They on that deaf sound. Deaf sound. They on that deaf sound. 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 They on that deaf sound. 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 Deaf sound.
That's how we get down.
Deaf sound. Deaf sound. Deaf sound. Deaf sound. Deaf sound. Deaf sound.
45. These are 45.
I don't care.
These right here, anywhere from 35 to 40.
It's the greatest.
This right here,
Thank you, Father.
custom made snapback. Y'all Wave Radio Productions. What up, though? The last song that was playing was my oldest son and myself. The song was called Deaf Sound. Okay.
Yeah. We keep on tapping in. Rebuking fast bugs. No Edward Snowden.
What up, though, J7?
Yeah, he did really good.
I got rock slides for every accused who dropping bodies like the land's floating. Choking. Oh yeah, my nigga, we go when I stay up late nights until the daytime. Entertaining the spirits, but this is no Conan.
This one,
I'm the one rolling. I'm in my zone glowing.
let me see this one real quick.
We've been conducting these strategies riding bareback, yet I see no Trojan. Yeah, please keep your eyes open. Blood in the skies, moonlight, you see, and I'm moving.
This one's called Poetry.
And I'm hoping none of you devils will try because see I'm broken. I get to cutting up everybody when I'm broken. Now I'm regenerate science and all these mouths open. Man, I'm just trying to feed mine and leave them hounds frozen.
Oh,
Pound smoking. Hey yo, I go catch it, leave you in old smoke magic till you let go those habits. Too deep, these hobo rabbits. You see me go so rabid. Meet me in low status. You bring me hope so grab it. Sacrifice, roast those faggots. Holy Ghost, throw those baggage. I don't think they're ready for this. We are.
yeah.
See me grow oh so rapid, then see me go so savage. That tail like go so flow average. No maverick. My babies know my passion. You don't want no smoke passing. Every time I look at this letter, I see the passage. Yahushua Mashiach, yeah. He based me more than average. Cut it like a credit card. They come in and they cash they hallelujah. I'm not for sale. All I wanna do is set my people free in the name of Bible. Yahushua Mashiach, let's clean the blood that we need. I'm rebuking everything that is opposed to you and me. Living, come alive, break chains, break yokes, and the wicked depression off your necks. Woo, hallelujah. No more being a slave. The Jubilee is here, and now our Exodus is coming up next. Better know the times, you better see the signs. World War III, the monkeypox, you don't see the crazy lines. Racists and the colorists, and then their minds get some less of prison, and they walking in the prisons over time. Hallelujah.
Whew. Those are new. There's a couple new ones. So I got
If you've got any healthy,
a lot of new ones.
put it there.
A lot of new ones. It's a lot of new ones.
If you have life instead of death, it was I that gave it to you. If you have salvation, I brought it. So if I created the words, I condemn all use them.
This one's about almost 8 months old.
I
Still a
suggest
baby.
that y'all watch your mouth.
I ain't gonna tell the answer. Simple as that.
I'm gonna take you back to when I was 2. I'm gonna take you to the unknown. My conscious music. Strap up.
Getting all my notes together.
Wake up. Now you so conscious.
Please share this video, like it, subscribe. Let's build this kingdom of Yah.
Memories collide. Telescope. Now collide. That's kaleidoscope. Tell a nigga collide. Parakeet. They copy it like a periscope. I see visions of music. Me, I'm an animal. They put me on the leash. Now I'm losing. And this is how I choose it. Yeah, hallelujah. Take the kid, yeah. I can convince it like it's bruising. I'm switching in this music. Getting in it. Like they
Does it sound okay?
Sinking in it. The memories confusing. You've been to a movie theater. That was a trick question. I see you. It's a hospital flow. Hospital couldn't get it if they wanted. They didn't know. EMS is emergency 9/11. Sticking to them like it's meat glue. You don't even know what you've been consuming. Clearing out demolition for rooming. Coming together, calling out we grooming. It's time to clean up our character. Every house has been invaded by the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. I'm praying, stuck in my room and I know they hear me screaming, going crazy. Antibiotic, anti-psychiatry, yes I do it. I'm antibiotic. Microscopic, micronosis, synchronosis. It's hypnosis. I know they notice. Get hit if you don't notice. Spoken, living, written and living just like it's broken. Light 'em up. This the scene. Aquamarine, living in Atlantis, I do it. Breaking through mechanical means, robotoid robotics, and transhumanism. COVID. Monsters Inc. 2319. Kobe on it. That's a light scene. Some things have to be told in parables. It's all encoded for reason. But to break it down lightly, if you know the biology and chemistry of life, you wake up.
Oh man, I thought it would be loud. Yeah, that one. Can you hear this one okay? Without having to put the phone up? Or if you had earphones, you might be able to hear it better.
I remember Mrs. Carol beating me in my nose until I was knocked out like a Christmas carol. When the characters coming by, I'm in the basement, handcuffed to the pole, riding the hill of a toe to my head, kicking me off of the staircase, beating me with a whip. Y'all remember them days? I remember wearing back the shit up on my head while they writing the word bitch up on my head with a black permanent mark. And then they marked, and then I became a targeted individual. What you talking about? Whoever had cigarettes after on your body, put it out. I feel a burn when they cruising on my ear till they cut, and now I'm bleeding out. Cutting up my hair, turning to a skinhead, razor blade, cause of course He said eating out the dirt just to eat. Drinking pussy water, crappy water out the toilet just to get a drink. Eating dog food. Survival of the fittest, and this was me. Probably not you, but I'ma do what I gotta do. It's reality, hallelujah, proud of Phyllis Joe. Without the pride and the prejudice, hallelujah, say the king, hallelujah, gotta flip a fucking wrist. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Man. Bro. All right, we're gonna get started. I will be changing the beat frequently, slowly, frequently, because apparently the words can't be heard on there. I can hear it just perfectly fine, but these machines be retarded sometimes in their intake of volume and stuff. So I might be switching some of the sounds on the device I got in front of me, not this one, but the other one. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear some of the words and stuff. You won't be able to hear the beat as good as you was able to before, but still be able to hear the lyrics a little bit better. So I got what's going on in the background. I'm playing one more song, and since I got my notes ready and stuff like that, I'll transition from there. Yeah, my son definitely was like, definitely, he did good. He did good. Um, I will say I'm getting way better at my editing, my mixing, and stuff like that. Um, all except for I think like 13 songs that I have. All the other ones I mixed and stuff like that. I recorded it myself. I mixed it myself. Some of them I remixed them so that I could put them out again so they sound more clearer. And it's just like a diversity of different songs and stuff like that. Um, just to make it more interesting and fun, I guess. But I love doing music and I love praising the Most High, and that's one thing that He definitely told me to do. Is there's healing in music. You know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna make music, I would think healing His people and His music would definitely be a key notation for real, for real. Um, I'm going to play. This is a good one. It's got a whole story behind it.
So be it. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Commentary, way more than ordinary. This kind of fruit you won't find it in the stores. It takes your times. Elderberry, cautionary viewers discretion, please be advised. I am his visionary. I know this missionary. Consult the Pictionaries. Assemble the troops we need deep in military. I'm only seeking this truth. I live in literary. The world is an allegory. Physicians another story. Even Alistair Crowley couldn't mimic this matrimony.
And that's all I'm going to play of that one. That's Isaiah 12. All right, so I'm going to get to the study. So tonight we're going to study the or the lingam, the tongue. The word that I'm using and playing off of tonight of study is called voodoo or voodum. And this comes from Strong's Hebrew 3785, Keshef. meaning sorcery. And if you can see it, I'm about to pull it up, make it a little bit more visible. Boom. Okay, that's the word right there. Boom. Okay, so Bible Strong's Hebrew 3785, Keshef, Strong's Concordance, Keshef, sorcery, original word, part of speech. A noun is masculine transliteration. Keshef, for phonetic spelling, is Keh. I believe that's a hyphen or apostrophe, Shef. Definition: sorcery. The NAS, exhaustive concordance, word origin from an unused. They got a link, BibleHub.com. Strong's Hebrew 3784, Kashaf, to practice sorcery. Bible Strong's Hebrew 3784, to practice sorcery, an original word of, blah 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 blah, speech, blah blah. Or you can write it as well phonetically as Kawshaf. Um, so power of your spells. Um, and to spell, we're gonna get into that too before I go too far into that. So, power of your spells, abundance of thine enchantments, sorceries, power of your spells of the great, Isaiah 47 and 12. So, I'm going to go to that chapter real quick. Isaiah. Where are you? Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein you have labored from your youth. If so be, you will be able to profit. If so be, you may prevail. You are wearied in the multitude of your counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save yourselves from these things that will come upon you. Chapter 57 and 10 and Daniel 2 2. I'm going to go into those real quick so that it opens up to like a clarity of like what God's talking about. 57 and 10. You are wearied in the greatness of your way, yet said you not, there is no hope. You have found the life of your hand, therefore you were not grieved. And of whom have you been afraid or feared, that you have lied, and have not remembered me, nor laid it to your heart? Have not I held my peace even of old, and you fear me not? I will declare your righteousness and your works, for they will not profit you. When you cry, let your companies deliver you. But the wind will carry them all away. Vanity will take them. But he that putteth his trust in me will possess the land and will inherit my holy mountains. And will say, cast ye up, prepare the way, take up the stumbling block out of the way of my people. And then it goes into compassion for the repentance, those who repent. So this is talking about the great invitation, strangers including in the blessing. This goes from Isaiah 55 and 56, those two titles. And the failure of Israel's leaders. A lot of people talk about, the house of Yasharal, the house of Israel, this, that, and third. Well, we got to deal with our witchcraft and our sorceries that we be doing out here, enchantments in the name of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The things that we have trusted in. You know what I'm saying? Stargazers, astrology, and what's your sign? This, that, and the third. That's not the Most High's way. If you're not His child, then you don't have a sign, other than being wicked. That's just what it is. But the newscasters, you know what I'm saying, which goes into the word spell, which I'm about to go into. Because to spell things out clearly, we got to know what we're talking about. Because a lot of people they talk, but um they don't pave a road for people to actually go and walk. You know what I'm saying? On and stuff like that, or down or whatever. So they, the purpose of a road is to walk, and is to direct. Um, but before I go on to that, the house of Nahum, or the house came Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. One, the mistress of sorceries. In the King James version, the word is harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts. And int, one, favor the mistress of sorceries. Um, Strong's Hebrew 6109, Atzma. You know what I'm saying? For all your spells and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, of many sorceries, power of your spells, the great Babylon, you know what I'm saying, the greatness. Um, it goes into that. Nahum 3 and 9. Um, Ethiopia talks about Ethiopians and dealing with this as well. Strong's Hebrew 3021, Yaga or Yage, yoga, yogi, to toil, grow, or be weary, with which you have labored from your youth, wherein you have labored from your youth. Sorceries, which have labored. Um, Harlots, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well favored. Sells nations, harlotries, and families for sorceries. Sells goes into definitely marine or maritime admiralty law. That's commerce and trade that's talked about in the book of Revelation 12, 13, and so on and so forth, which brings us to this time that we're in now. Um, have fortune tellers out of thine hand, and shall have no more. Soothsayers, they're called. Um, Chronicles 33 and 6. You can look some of the stuff up on your own during your study times. Strong's 5172, Nahash, to practice divination or observe signs. Now, inherently, observing signs is not wicked or wrong, and I say that because we ask the Most High for signs all the time of confirmation and affirmation, right? We're observing what's going on around us, in Matthew 24. There will be wars, rumors of wars, so on and so forth. Nation rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. We got the whole thing with Gog and Magog, you know what I'm saying? The bear and all of them. Uh, so, the stuff that's going on in the United Kingdom area um, is part of this. Now, as part as sorceries dealing with trusting in certain devices like alcoholism, which is connected to the spirit of Al Ghul, which is a deteriorating, sickening spirit. It's pretty much a degenerative spirit. Then the people that be doing the tarot cards, just the different forms of stuff that's out there, Ouija board stuff, necromancy, like the whole BLM movement. This last movement that they had, shout out to Unicorn Riot. They literally had a whole ritual for the world to see. A whole libation pouring. They had a cauldron with fire in it already. They put some silver in it, you know what I'm saying? And then they had the water for the libation. But they were using these specific words and instructing the people on how to do this stuff. So, the real reality of what the BLM movement is, it's not for Yah's people. Never was. It's a witchcraft movement. It's a necromancy movement. It's to conjure up relative traumas. You know what I'm saying? It's the familiar spirits. You know what I'm saying, of traumas, and to relate and to agree in that stuff, and conjuring up and opening up, certain ritualistic practices for the dead to move through. That they're opening gateways. and they're summoning demons. That's exactly what they're doing. That's what they've been doing from the get-go. That's why they had to have all these mass shootings and these mass genocides and this, that, and the third, directly, specifically targeting certain groups of people, um, to create panic, to create fear, to stir up hatred, to create, riots and stuff like that. And I would tell people, rioting is not going to do you any good. Nothing's going to change out of that. You can riot all you want to if you choose to, but it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to change what they have planned, um, because you choose to riot. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about your voice. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family members. They don't care about any of us. Okay? That's why they still push whatever agendas that they have, because that's what they're going to do. Because that's what they do. The Most High has put it in their heart to do so, to fulfill His will, to end the whole Babylonian system worldwide as we know it. So, there's a lot of people be like, well, the illuminated people, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? They're so powerful. No, they're not. The Most High is the power source. Satan, the house of Satan the house of the Satans cannot do things without the Most High permitting them to do so. Any other thought contrary to that is literally declaring the house of Satan as more powerful, above the Most High. So I cast down every wicked imagination and every high thought that exalts itself above the knowledge of the Most High, because that is a lie. It's an absolute lie. Get thee behind me, get thee beneath me. You're beneath me, Satan. No weapon formed against us prospers. Having blotted out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and having taken them out of the way by nailing them to his self. The tree, his cross. He made a shoe of them, openly tromping over them, and it humiliated them openly, publicly, still to this day, even as they and most of us have still begun to persecute the Most High, even by His Ruach. The system is not going to help you. You know what I'm saying? It is a lie. It's built off of lies. It's built off of confusion. It's built off of partial, partially going into touch. Well, I don't want to say it like that. Why I'm saying partially is because Barashi, the Genesis 3 goes into this reality. But it's more to it. The house of Esau, or Isis, and Ishmael, Edom, the Moab, some of the Moab, the Hagarenes, Psalm 83. A lot of people talk about conspiracy theories. It's no longer conspiracy theories. It once was a conspiracy theory, all these things, because the thought to conspire against. If you read the definition of the word conspire, or conspiracy, is the thought to do harm, to be hostile, with the mindset to go against in that hostility, whatever target or opponent that you have, that you're going against. Us not knowing who we are as a people was a strategy and a plan of the wicked Satans and their children, the demons, or Inki, the Anunnaki, the giants, the Gibborim, the reptilians, and the diverse names that they got for them. The heroes, the men of renown, the giants, which we will see a resurface of those giants diversely everywhere. They're coming out of the ice space, down yonder. Project High Jump goes into this, with General Admiral Byrd and stuff like that. So the many peoples in this earth, are aware of what's going on, because the Most High is waking us up, but giving us that knowledge of that. Okay, while most people are going to sleep even more, they're literally they were subconscious, walking around, drunk and dizzy state, and then they're becoming unconscious completely, meaning totally just zombified, freaking couch zombies. So to spell it out clearly is to literally make it plain, make it clear, to the point where even a child will be able to interpret what is being projected. Um, so the practice of seducing one another through lies and confusion, like there be people there at times we will sit there and justify why we do what we do. In all reality, in the eyes of the Most High, we have no justification of why we do what we do. Us trying to justify ourselves is really making it worse for ourselves. The House of Hasatans, they know this because that's the whole reason of having us work against ourselves to fight against ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that there's nothing left for us to inherit, not even them or ourselves. Um, the system is not going to help people. They're not going to save people, although many people will run back to um, Big Brother um, and for help. Um, Grievous sores are coming upon this earth. Okay, they're here and they're coming, manifesting more. Expected. Um, there will be more rioting and as they what they call it, rallying and stuff like that. It has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because people are gonna choose to do that because a lot of people feel like that gives them power, that gives them um, an acknowledgement of being. You know what I'm saying? Being human. Um, the system cannot give you a right. It cannot take your rights away. The Most High gives us the right because He is the breath that we're breathing through. And we are His creation. Even they are permitted to be by His will. All things were created by Him, for Him. He does both good things and evil things. He's a terrible God, but amazing and graceful and merciful at the same time. He's so good, too good. Um, Voodoo and witchcraft. A lot of peoples and tribes and stuff like that, indoctrinations and teachings have downfaced the black community. And I'll say the Semitic and Hamitic community. Um, as where they call it witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And a lot of our people do practice witchcraft. That's just reality. Religion is one huge form of witchcraft out here because it's straight confusion and it's straight from the mind of these Hasatans. There's 5 Hasatans in the book of Enoch. Um, they all have names. One of their names is Azazel or Azazel. The Baphomet, the goat of Mindes, the Pan, um, uh, the goat. Okay, he goat or ram. Different. There's different. There's a lot in that. Just study um, while you can. The idolatry of voodoo or ancestor seeking, or conjuring or invoking and evoking. To invoke is to bring. I think bring forth. To evoke is to call forth. Summoning of familiar spirits. This form of polygamy, polytheism, and pantheism. Um, the pantheons is all about this stuff. The heroes, men of renown, the whole thing in Avengers and stuff like that. DC comics, Marvel comics, like this goes deeply into stuff like that, right? Just like the Dragon Ball Z goes into the whole race of monkey people, whatever. And what do they call people like us, right? Monkeys. This came from monkeys, and the third is not true. Darwin's theory of evolution is backwards. It's wicked. It's totally perverted. Um, there's a lot of things that Darwin has accurate in there. If he had the wisdom and instruction of the Haruach Kadesh and the Most High in his teachings, then some of his teaching would be more elevated teachings in different ways. But to try to sit there and be like, well, the Big Bang Theory, boom, everything came from nothing, and that's a lie. If Yahusha is nothing, then you're nothing. If Yahusha isn't existent, then you're not existent. And neither is anything else we see or don't see, hear or don't hear, do or don't do, think or don't think, feel or don't feel, know or don't know, and so on and so forth. Um, So, as forms of necromancing and necromancers, to necromance, the incanter of enchantments through idolatry, communicating with the dead by amulets and rituals, unclean sacrifices to the dead. The BLM movement was an unclean sacrifice to the dead. The whole thing from start to now of the memorial, it's all the same thing. Um, there's black magic in it. There's white magic in it. There's purple magic. There's all kinds of stuff in there. It's forbidden. So invoking and conjuring spirit possession, characterized by sorcery, and a lot of people are being possessed by demonic spirits because of the relative connectivity, as Einstein would say, to be able to relate and connect through trauma, and that's a chimera principle practice. That's also a propaganda that's used through subliminal messaging, um, and uh, what's the other word? Holy Spirit. Um, to call into remembrance those traumas, right? Like the Most High said, I will, He will call all things into remembrance. Um, so the chimera principle is based off of the same word that the Most High said, yet it's perverted and it's been altered, right? It's used in a perverted way to glorify the seed in the house of Hasatan as one whole house. Side note: Lucifer is a Nephilim, um, kind of resembling Nimrod, and you go to the Book of Jasher 1 and kind of study further on into that on that part, or the Book of Yashar. Um, Divination: there's diverse forms of divination. Prophesying is a form of divination. Um, who was it? Elisha that asked for the sign with water on the quilt or the blanket or something like that. Or Eli. Who? Let me look it up. Um, boom. 2 Kings chapter 2 and 8. Elisha took up his cloak, rolled it up, and struck the water with it. The water divided to the right and to the left, and 2 of them crossed over on dry ground. Moshe with the staff. That wasn't the exact scripture I was looking for. Okay, let me do it like this. Who asked for the sign of water? Why is it off? You know what? I don't even care right now. For the sign of dew. Thank you, yeah. The sign of dew. Okay, Judges. Gideon. I apologize. It's Gideon. Judges 6:33 through 40. Um, if the fleece is wet with dew in the morning, but the ground is dry, then I will know that you are going to help me rescue Yasharal as you promised. So Judges 6:33 through 40. So, divining, right? What is the will of the Most High? He gives us his interpretation. We don't need to try to figure out the interpretation on our own, just like Joseph says. The Most High is the interpreter. The Most High gives the dreams. The Most High gives visions and signs and wonders, and makes known to us the secrets of the heart. He reveals all secret things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think we're hiding things from him at times, and we're truly not. We never were. He hears all. He knows all. He sees all. He's aware of all. Even those who say, he's forsaken his people, which he has not. That's a lie. and those who say that, he doesn't hear, he doesn't see. Yes, he does. He just, you just don't think he does, because guide us not into temptation, but deliver us from all the power of the wicked one. Yeah, he will guide you into temptation. Like, if that's what you're really after, what I'm saying, and you don't want to hear, like, he's gonna guide you into your own desire, your own lust. And it's gonna show you about yourself, whether you hear it, receive it or not, accept it or not. That's what it does. So this, as we say, America Corporation is under the judgment of the Most High. It's been under the judgment of the Most High for a while, a long time, for some years. Do not be deceived. The whole thing about what they call the N-2-W-O. There's some hard times coming, but our people will also return to the homeland. And we will prosper in our homeland, those of us who are taken back. Those who are not taken back right away are going to suffer some things to teach them humility, for one, meekness, and pretty much Yah has to humble you. And he's going to, because he has promised to save the whole house of Yahshua, Israel. Now, those foreigners that are in the territory that we now know as Israel are just that, foreigners, Khazars, Zionists, Ashkenazis, Nazis. True Shemitic people, you're looking at one of them. The people of Shem. And that's what Shemitic means. It's apart from Western theology, Western thought, and psychology, whatever you want to call it, soul working. Western European thought is desensitized. What most people call spiritual, most people are not even aware of, don't even know how to interpret, let alone recognize it, or identify it, because they're so desensitized, and they're not in tune with their emotions enough to know when to use them and how to use them for crying out to the Most High and interceding for our people. The Western thinking is all about competition. It's all about get you, gotcha. It's all about slavery. Simple as that. UCC, Universal Commercial Code. You know what I'm saying? It's a slave system. It came from the Vatican. It came from Rome, and even further, but beyond that, you know what I'm saying? The whole different dragon seeds, which you got the Welsh, you got China, you got Russia, the bear, the beast described in Daniel. We're in the fourth kingdom right now, which is that tech of iron and clay mix. Our AI. There's a land of AI in the Bible, in the book of Joshua. Let me go to it to give reference to that. Joshua and the king of AI. Father, I ask that you'll touch this broadcast, that you will touch our devices, and cover us in your blood, Abu Yahusha, and our devices in the airwaves, and we take control and dominion and authority over the airwaves and our devices, and all those who hear, that you will bring healing, you will bring clarity, you will call all things into remembrance according to your will, Yah, that you will remove the insensitivity that we have had for so long to your Ruach. You will remove the blockages, the walls, the deceptions, the lies, the confusions, because you're not the author of confusion. And the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Alua Yahusha for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down all wicked imaginations and all high thoughts that exalt themselves against the Most High. You said if we seek first the kingdom of Alua Yahusha Hamashiach, that we seek your kingdom first and your righteousness, that all these things will be added unto us. You know what I'm saying? And we delight ourselves in Yahuwah Yahusha, then you will give us the desires of our heart. Teach us not to chase a bag, not to go chasing after a bag, or trying to make a name for ourselves, or what these religious systems try to teach, as far as being, making it or living your best life. Like, this is a land of captivity. This is a land that, you know what I'm saying, amass as estates, that is going to be completely removed because the Most High said so. No one has to agree. No one has to like it. But the Most High has promised to totally destroy the system of Babylon. Our enemies will bow down at our feet. They will lick the dust from our feet. They will submit to the Most High Yahusha, or they will perish. Um, and that's just the way it is, because Yahusha said so, and I agree in him and with him. So, I mean, there's no undoing what he has said. Um, Sealed and decreed and declared. So Yehoshua, or Joshua, chapter 8, Ai was destroyed. So Joshua buried Ai and made it a permanent heap of ruins, a desolate place to this day. He implanted the body of the king of Ai on a pole and left it there till nightfall. The Most High instructed Yehoshua, or Joshua, um, to not be afraid, do not be discouraged, to take the whole army with you and go up and attack Ai. For I have delivered it into your hands, the king of Ai, his people, his city, and his land. You will do to Ai and his king as you did to Jericho, or Jericho and its king, except that you may carry off their plunder and livestock for yourselves. Set an ambush behind the city. So we already know what's going to happen to the whole AI system, because what was done before will be done again. This is the future of artificial intelligence, because it's artificial intelligence. It's not real true intelligence. It's bastardized ignorance. It's foolishness. Okay? They follow blind leaders and blind guides. The Most High said, do not learn the way of the heathen, for the customs, the world, the customs, the lifestyles, traditions that they call laws, they're not laws, they're traditions, doctrines of demons and commandments of men. The traditions are vanity. It's foolishness. It's worthless. It's pointless. Like it's a lie. It's direct enmity, opposition, opposing the Most High. It is the curse of the law. A disciplinary tool is what the British banking system of America Corporation is. They have done way more to Yah's people than what He has instructed them to do. They have killed off way many more people than what He has instructed. Um, there's so many false prophets out there that are just saying, Yah says this, I see this, and I see that. Is Yah really telling you to say that? Or are you just on your own accord going to say that? So many people are lying and misleading people for money, or for their own greedy gain and acknowledgement, right? To be given reverence. That's what fearing the Most High is, to acknowledge Him in all things, in all ways, our thoughts, our emotions, our desires, our works, you know what I'm saying, our words, singing, so on and so forth. And part of the voodoo that's going on nowadays is the industries of music. It's satanic. A lot of people are pro-abortion. That's an abomination in the eyes of Yah. Um, if you're out there just killing, who gave you that right? When didn't the Most High say thou shalt not kill? That's the law. That's divine sovereign law. That's the law of the land and the law of the sea, or the waters. A banking system can't tell you what's law. They're not the Most High. Alhamdulillah, Sha'Allah, Yahusha HaMashiach Nasr. I rebuke that. I plead the blood of Yahushua against that. It will not stand. It is crumbling, and it will continue to crumble. People gonna ride all they want to. They if they be like, well, they're gonna outlaw abortion. Well, maybe that's the Most High doing what He gonna do, setting it right, because His people are coming into awareness, so things have to change. There's time for it. You know what I'm saying? Where we're in that jubilee. We've been in Jubilee. You know what I'm saying? I believe the last Jubilee was, I want to say around 2018, 2019, somewhere around that. I could be wrong. I might be absolutely wrong. I'm not totally sure. At the time I was studying it, you know what I'm saying? So, um, we're past 400 years of prophecy of our people being in captivity. Those of us who were born in captivity, we're foreigners in a strange land. Yes, we're Indians. Yes. A lot of our people were Cherokee, Creole, Blackhawk, so on and so forth. The different names of the different tribes of the 12 tribes of Yasharalim or Yahudim, you know what I'm saying, that have changed over time in titles and labels to preserve spirituality as a ritual way of life, a ritual practice, practical way. Um, just because we've changed names and titles of things doesn't mean it's changed from what it is. People can change the etymology or etymologos of words and titles and phrases and stuff like that, but that doesn't change what it is. Just because we think we want to change it, or because somebody else says so and then calls it that, this, that, and third, and be like, okay, well, it's got to be this now. That doesn't mean that's what it is. It still is what it is from Aboriginal, originality. What the Most High has said is what it is. That's why he who is he who was, and he who is to come, and that's all there is to it. Food shortages are here diversely, and they will come. Hunger games will come. That's why they have so many crates of goods and stuff like that, because it's a game. It's for a specific time for people to come to them and be like, oh, well, I will give you this if we give you this. And your plan is not Yah's plan. If it's not Yah's plan, the plan is worthless. Whatever it may be, whether it's survival, this, that, and third, whatever. Get you a bug out bag, get some lights, some candles, flashlights, masks if you need some. You know what I'm saying? Get you some oils, some herbs, like get you some education as far as planting your own gardens, practice working with stuff while the season's here. You know what I'm saying? To see what works, what doesn't work. But you gotta study for yourself. Another thing that I've been in trouble with, um, dealing with our people. Our people do not know community, and that is very tragic. That is trash water. It's very disappointing. I've heard a lot of Hebrew Israelites talking about, we got to bring the brethren together, this, that, and the third, but y'all want to sit there and argue and bicker about fringes, but you're infringing the way you're interpreting Yah's word versus what he says it is and giving us the interpretation of his word, right? So the discrepancies of the fallacies that we have as far as like interpretation alone would keep us divided. Then there's a power and control issue that's out there where our people are trying to compete for authority in positions. So it's like, no, run the position that the Most High has given you and positioned you in and endowed you with the authority and power to operate and function in according to his riches and glory for his name's sake, to build his kingdom, to add to what he has for us to do in his kingdom. Right? Our kingdom is his kingdom. If you're sitting there trying to build Babylon's system, the same repetitious, vicious cycles of let's make a bigger and greater slave, a more compliant, slave of entrepreneurship. Well, you're nothing that you do will stand. It's the system is cursed. It has cursed itself by cursing Yah's people, by claiming an identity of Yah's people. And they're not Yah's people. They're the house of sin. They're the synagogues of Satan. Those false Semitic people over there in the land of Israel, where the Palestinians are occupying, Ishmaelites and Khazarians, right, and are Esauians, Edomites. They're not Yah's chosen people. They're not. They're not Yahudim. They're converts to Judaism. They're not Yah's chosen people. Okay. Many of the of us Ethiopians, Bantu, Ibrit, uh, Ibiru, Jamaicans, part I want to say part Kush kind of goes into that. Um, Island people, Nigerians, um, uh, Nubians, um, Sudanese, and so on and so forth. A good source to check out would be Benaya Israel, BENYAHISRAEL on YouTube, or Kingdom Preppers. You can check out Now You See TV's Midnight Ride, with John Pounders and Mercy. I watch they stuff all the time. How do I not remember his name? Mercy. It'll come to me. I'll look it up. Okay, thank you. Getting back on track. Um, yet. Go tell your brother. Go tell Yashi you have to get the bread out of the refrigerator and grab each one of y'all a hot dog. Okay, so y'all can eat. Revelation 2:9. I know that works in tribulation and poverty, but you art rich. I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews but are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship at your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Confirming what was talked about earlier. This is out of the mouth of the Most High, Aloha Hamashiach Yahusha, right? Of Nasir. Um, Shaul was the spearhead of the Nazarene sect. Nazarene is a poor interpretation. So Paul was not a Christian. Everyone that goes back to Acts chapter 5, I think it is, or whatever, they be like, yeah, no, that's their proving point of Yah calling him, saying his people Christians. Yahusha doesn't call his people Christians. Anywhere in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Yah did not name the 12 tribes of Yasharal, or of the Yahudim, Christians. That's not the truth. That's not in the Bible. That's not even in the apocryphal text. Yahusha did not give us the name Christian. You know what I'm saying? As Gentile believers, that's where Christianity would come in. Those who actually speak what that says Yahusha. We are supposed to obey the 10 Commandments. Anyone who's saying we're not supposed to, we don't have to, they're lying. That's a lie from the pits of hell. That is a straight, blatant lie. I told Maya to tell you to get the bread out the refrigerator and get y'all a hot dog each, but y'all need to sit down because I can hear y'all right over the video cast. No walking around. Maya and Jeremiah can sit down while you wash your hands and get that stuff together. Thank you very much. So y'all can eat. Um, how y'all schooling and you don't know what school is? Um, so yeah, um, the Most High is not gonna let the kingdom of Hasatan get to as far as they really truly want to go. Okay, stuff is gonna get more crazy though. You know, know that. There will be dead things raising back to life. Because it's gonna be used as a ministering tool to those who don't agree, or as we say, believe the Most High. They believe in the Most High for real for some bull crap. Um, uh, then and death will flee people. You know what I'm saying? There's perilous times that will definitely come even further. Like people are gonna want to die, and death's gonna flee from them, literally. So the whole zombie thing is gonna be a real reality. You know, we're gonna be able to see the light of the Lucifer race, and we're gonna be able to see the light of Yah's people, because eventually the sun is gonna stop. Um, the moon's gonna not give us light anymore, and the sun is gonna go dark. This is more than just an eclipse. Um, so that means when it's pitch black out there, we're gonna see who shine for real. Um, so if anybody's seducing you with things that are other than this, you might want to go to the Most High. Period. Even with the stuff that I'm saying, go to the Most High. Pray about it. If you need a fast, you know what His fast is. Helping the poor, the fatherless, the widows, loosening the yokes of bondage. You know what I'm saying? Casting down them lies. You know what I'm saying? Casting out the devils, the adversaries, the contrary thinking. Many of us have been having dreams of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Family members talking to us like that's familiar spirits. Those are demons trying to talk to us to get back in agreement with us when we've been delivered from them. Um, from the Most High. Some people still need to get deliverance because people. My grandma came and talked to me and asked me and told me to do this. Like that's not your grandmama talking to you. That's a demon. The demon is using the connection that you had, the soul tie you had with your grandma, in a familiar way to talk to you because it knows how to manipulate your emotions, in order to seduce you to agreeing with it and making a covenant with it. That way, whatever you do will be an offering for it and opening up a gateway for it or a doorway to come through to do what it wants to do to you and those who are around you and the rest of the earth. We have to be not greedy because all of creation is suffering, because of stuff that man chooses to permit himself to be seduced by. This is a wicked system of the mindsets and the imaginations of the heart of the wicked Malakim who are cast out of the Shamaim and bound in the earth. Desert of Didal. I don't know why I want to say the Tigris River, but the Euphrates River. Okay, those are seraphim and cherubim. Raphaim are like the giants, right? Or the disembodied spirits, the giants. They're still able to transform and materialize to this day. They possess people diverse ways. You might see people's eye color changing or look like something just like fused in with their eyeballs and stuff like that. They have full-blown conversations with people. And, most people don't even realize what's going on. Those who do, you know what I'm saying? Like the one that was talking to him at first took a back seat, so the other one just came in and started talking and whatever. They talk through children, they talk through religions, period. They talk through men and women alike. Most Christians don't believe you can be demonically possessed. If you don't know Yah and you're a Christian, you're already demonically possessed. You can be by demons. You could have a demon literally as a thorn in your side. Paul was an example of that, and Paul's not a Christian yet again. Just to reiterate that. But life is in the hands of the Messiah. So death can't take us out of his hands. these things in this world, Illuminati, blah blah blah. Illuminati is means illuminated. You know what I'm saying? Illuminated one. They're illuminated with darkness, a gross darkness. And how deep is that darkness? Um, their light is not the true light, right? Um, the seed of Cain, Hasatan. There's a scripture that it talks about the original sin in the garden. A lot of people think, oh, ate an apple, ate a grape, or no, it was sex, okay, or fornication. Let's put it like that. It was a whoredom, a prostitution that was going on. Hua had intimacy, you know what I'm saying? She yoked herself to that serpent, okay? And what we would say in a more ignorant form of wording would be she had sex with the serpent, okay? That was the sin in that garden. That was the fruit that she ate from. You know what I'm saying? That's the tree that she chose to pick the fruit from. That's the master she chose to yield to, okay? And this is one reason why women um, were given the gift of childbearing to where they would be saved through childbearing if they were to continue in obedience to the Most High. There's a power and control issue out here with women's rights. Women have always had rights. Okay? The Most High gave them that. That's why He created them, for one. Okay? Adam and Hua were in disagreement, but if you study the life of Adam and Eve, read the scriptures, the first and second books of Eden or Garden of Adam and Eve, you learn a lot. You even learn why Hasatan came against Adam using his bride or his wife, his helpmeet, the way that he did, which goes back into what we just read. They don't want to submit, they don't want to obey. That's why they're rebelliously in witchcraft. This is what it means to Babal Nimrod, the sorcery of rebellion, right? Or the Nimrodic Babal, right? The rebellious confusion. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship you at your feet, or submit themselves and exalt you, um, admonish you, right, at your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Now, to worship, that means literally a war vessel, a war ship. Um, but nevertheless, um, the phonetic games that people be playing, there's a frequency thing to it. There's a whole background to it, and that's why English is bad language. It's a bridge. It's a phonetic bridge to every other language or lingam or tongue, right, of nations of people. That really, even in the backwardness of it, it will literally bring you back to um the aboriginal roots of where many of these words actually came from and what they actually present. Excuse that noise. I hope that thus far, this part of the study, this will be part one, helps everyone. It is supposed to help. And I pray that the Most High get and receive all the glory, honor, and praise, because He is hearing us, He is watching us, He is taking note, and all of His malakim are as well. And Father, I ask that you release Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Zotiel, Fanuel, and Raquel, and all of our brothers and sisters, Father Yah, for your name's sake, on our behalf, to fight for us, on our behalf, to completely go forth and destroy all forms of witchcraft, all their barriers, all their psychics, all their psychic tools and frequencies and currencies and authority and power in the airwaves, all of their hidden places and secret places, destroy all of their eggs, their abort all their plans, destroy all of their beasts that they use, their amulets that they use, anything that they try to use as an opening of coming to and fro or astral projecting of themselves. I ask Father God that you will slay Jezebel for good, like literally for the good of your people, for your name's sake. I pray that you stop the works of Jezebel in this earth. So as it is in Shamaim, let it be on this earth. Even now, Father Yah, in the lives of these hearers and listeners, to be able to focus on what we're hearing and then to apply in a practical way the instruction of you, Abun Yahusha Hamashiach, that you will be glorified. I ask that you intervene and intercede on the behalf of all those women who are pregnant now and and to come. I ask that you will touch the men of those children, the wives and the husbands, and I ask that you will renew relationships, Father Yah, and restore what you have desired to restore. I ask that you help us to submit and surrender to your perfect will. Our mind, will, and emotions, that we acknowledge you in all of our ways, whether angry, whether sad, whether oppressed or depressed or suppressed, or joyful or tired or energetic, whatever it may be, in all realms and spaces and places at all times, all seasons, unconsciously, subconsciously, and consciously. I ask, Father Yah, that you will release an overwhelming mercy and overwhelming grace and shalom in our people, and teach our people how to rest in the name of Yahusha. As joy cometh in the morning, we are in the millennium that will be coming into, that we are coming into the rest of the Most High, which is also the Sabbath rest that many of us are entering into and have been entering into. The world cannot and it will not give us rest. They are not under a rest. They are in captivity. They are prisoners of their own minds and the minds of the house of Hasatan. Father, I ask that you will remove the fear from us, the fears of backlash, the fears of those people whose phone have been tapped for speaking your truth, who have been targeted as individuals, and who have been framed and set up by relatives, by the people of their own household. You said the enemies of your house, the enemies will be that of your own house. I ask that you cover every one of our children, Father Yah, the wombs of those who are having children, Father Yah, that you will speak mercy, that you will speak grace, that you will visit those who accuse you, Father Yah, of cursing them or hating them when they don't know you for real. They never gave you the true opportunity to reveal yourself to them. I ask that you will reveal yourself to them, Father Yah, and that you will make your presence known, and that you will manifest your power and authority even greater in ways that we don't even think of. We haven't even been ready to just blow our minds. Yeah, just blow our minds. Like you never cease to amaze me, and you never will. I speak truth. I speak wellness. I speak no fear. I speak healing and life in the name and the blood of Yahushua. That if we're going to use our gifts and abilities, that we do it to the making of your kingdom, Father. Yeah, that we do it to glorify you, not to glorify ourselves, not to make it look all cool and when everybody give us attention and pay attention to us because we lack that from our moms and our dads and relatives and so on and so forth. That we're not doing this to try to make a name for ourselves. If we don't speak the name you have given to us, Father Yah, then we don't have a name. We're nameless. We're just a byword. Um, I ask, Father Yah, that you remove the cloaks from all the people of wickedness. That you show us how to stomp down the heads of the serpents. The serpents have no authority over us. They have no power. The blood of Yahusha, the name of Yahusha, the blood of Yahusha, or Jesus, the blood, the Ruach of Yahusha, the word of Yahusha has total dominance, sovereign absolution. Aleph Tau, Alpha and Omega, Barashith, Yahapacalypse. So the revelation, the revealing of these truths are in the hands of the Most High. Do not go after people who just say a whole bunch of good things to make you feel good about yourself. Yes, Yah will heal you if you surrender by seeking Him, seeking His will. Most times His will is not going to feel comfortable. We got to learn to be uncomfortably comfortable, right? We are called and we are sent to and fro, wherever we're instructed by the Most High, right? If we're going to do business, mind your business and mind your business. Okay. Um, we're not gonna go out here telling everybody what we do from none of that. Like we've had our seasons for that. We try to impress people to look on us, to see some value in us and worth in us. If they do, it's because they see and know the Most High, or they playing a game. If they don't, who cares? The Most High see us. He know us. What do you want him to know you, or do you want these people who can be wishy washy and at any given time turn their back on you and stab you in the back or possibly freaking kill you? You know what I'm saying? To be acknowledging you. I'd rather be acknowledged by the Most High because at least in that I know I am. At least not even not even just in at least, but in knowing He acknowledged me, knows He loves me. That lets me know He hasn't given up on me. If He's sending somebody to give me a word, He hasn't just thrown me away. But we have to stop murdering His children. We have to stop murdering each other. Those of us who will not, will not. Those who do, they will continue to. Just like it's written in Revelation 22. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of people, many kinds of people and tribes. You know what I'm saying? Africans have done it. Arabs have done it. Um, Europeans have done it. Portuguese have done it. Atlantean, European, blah blah. They've done it. Many people, the Freemasons have added things into the Bible as we know it, our manuscripts, and taken stuff out. Their thing of following government is people to follow them and obey them because they know the word of Yahusha is infinite and it's settled. So they're trying to use same thing that their father did. You know what I'm saying? Barashi 3, Genesis 3, simple as that. But the same reality is that we shall tread upon, we will continue to tread upon serpents and scorpions and all the power of the enemy, and no thing will by any means hurt us. Be prepared. If you don't know how to do bags and stuff like that, go on YouTube, look it up. If you know somebody who knows something about this stuff, reach out. If you want to know some more, you can reach out to me. My information is in the description link and stuff like that, the bio and all that. I will say there will be merchandise and stuff like that. My hoodies are 45. My hats are 35 to 40, just depending on your details and stuff like that. And there's many other things as well. I will be doing interviews, and you can get some more details when you reach out to me with the interviews and stuff like that. I'll give you pricing and everything is a fixed price. But we have here at Ambassadors Inc. and right, and to further advance the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, to further advance the king and making sure that the work gets done. You know what I'm saying? Things are built, things are constructed, and the proper instruction is done. I will also say this: if you call yourself a prophet, it doesn't profit you anything to deceive people with material wealth. If it's just a fixed thing, you're not going to receive wealth if you're not seeking the Most High. Some things Hasatan's house will give to you, offer you. Hence, Yahusha on the mountain, when that demon, that Satan, that devil, that Lucifer came to him, and well, if you bow down and admonish me, I'll give you the kingdoms of the nations. It's been in my power. Like, this is the Most High. He knows that He gave you that power, that meaning. You know what I'm saying? But it is of the Nephilim, right? The Rephaim that He's talking about. Their fathers, Azazel and the other Satans, were actually imprisoned. You go into the book of Enoch, it describes this very, very well. At one point in time, certain ones will be released for seasons, this, that, and the third, to do what they got to do. You're going to see giants on this earth. You're going to see monstrosity come out the waters. Things that no man has known was there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see things come in the forest, like, even when you're off grid and stuff like that. There's going to be beasts in the forest There's going to be crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So be very careful when you talk about the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, because a lot of people have totally misinterpreted that. Like they're not even close to interpreting that, because you got drones, you got clones out here, you got hybrids out here. This is a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare. There's psyops out here. There's chemical warfare, right? There's race warfare. There's frequency warfare, sound engineering, climate change, geoterraformation engineering through Project HARP, you know, which is a weapons program, or DARPA, you know. There's a biological warfares out here. There's things that have been produced in order to cause people to get to be in dis-ease. Um, these things are real. These things are evident. They're true. It's everywhere. The propaganda, subliminal messaging, and all that stuff on music and movies and books and signs, and even in people's dreams, like Yah speaks and devils speak. You know what I'm saying? But the devil is a liar. So that's who the slanderers are, liars, devils. And it's been past time that we call what is a devil for what it is. These are men, and they will die like men. Thus says the Most High. There's so many gods, as they say, but among all the gods, none of those gods want to be men, it seems like. But even the Most High, Alua, you know what I'm saying, or as we call God, had the became like man, even though he's fully who he is. And that right there is just another reality, behind why he came like looking like one of us and created us in his image and likeness at the same time, and for future events. What a dispensary. Be encouraged. I lose encouragement in and over your families. Hope. Be hopeful. Father, I add to us faith and faithfulness and loyalty to you. Give us the strength that we need to endure these days, the confidence in you, the boldness, the courage to not quiver or to hide in fear of what you have said. Like, we're going to be persecuted. You know what I'm saying? They persecuted Yahusha, they're going to persecute us. They've killed the watchmen before us. And if y'all not watching and warning the people of what the Most High says, not what you think you feel, you desire that this should be said. What does he say? Many prophets out there are cowards. Many watchmen have become cowards. They have cowered. And a coward will burn in the lake of fire. Just like anyone who teaches and practices a lie will in the lake of fire. Thus says Yahushua HaMashiach. Some call him Jesus the Christ. There's a lot of fighting over the name as well. There's power in the name of Jesus, and there's power in the name of Yahushua. Jesus is what the Christians have given us the name, and Yahushua, you know what I'm saying, is the more Abrit terminology. It goes deeper than that though. So yeah, all the bickering and fighting over the name, that's got to stop too. The Hebrew Israelite tribes out there, like most of them are like totally the furthest from the truth. They're actually worse than a lot of Christian organizations, you know what I'm saying? Literally walking like Lucifer's children, living like that. Faith is a practice, it's a lifestyle. Repentance is a lifestyle. It's not God forgive me. No, you're asking for him to forgive you, but forgive you what? So let the truth be as it is in Yahushua. All men are considered as liars because we've all have judged him. We all have condemned him. We all have lied and tried to justify our own wickedness. Yet he took all of our filthiness, past, present, and future, upon himself to give us a saving chance. You know what I'm saying? Like to give us a new life, to live through him and in him. So to be dead to this world is literally to wake up from sleep. It's time to wake up. Come out the la land of Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? The Truman Show. Get out the belly of the beast, the womb of the beast, the matrix. The total recall is Yahusha is Yahuwah of all creation, and all things will bow down to him, whether you want to or not. Um, all men will see him at one time. Now there is going to be a giant hologram, that's projected all around the earth. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. The refractions of reflection through the water and the windows, and this is partly why they got the chemtrails out there too. Um, that's a deep subject. We'll talk about that another time. But this is why this stuff is out here. It's witchcraft. It's opposed to the heart and mind of character of Yahusha himself. Okay, it's teaching disobedience, and not only teaching that, but encouraging that. Men dressing up like women, like dragon queens, it's an abomination. Women dressing up to be like men, it's an abomination. This is why Yah said, "Don't men shouldn't wear women's clothes, and women shouldn't wear men's clothes." The Ten Commandments, you know what I'm saying? There's not 602 laws. That is the 602 detailed descriptions to further explain the depth of those 10 commandments and show the way to identify them through what is around us, and through learned behaviors and trauma, MK Ultra programmings. This is why those are there. It's a further, deeper, more defined, clearer explanation, or to spell it out clearly. Okay, Yahusha is not the author of confusion. Yahusha has not given us the ruach of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. For greater Yahusha is in me than he who is in the world. That's inside of me and outside of me. You know what I'm saying? This open, active, practice of rape that's rampant out here. This stuff is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they really got people feeling that, you having children is a bad thing. That's a demonic thinking. Most Western European thinking is straight demonic. It is what it is. A lot of African thinking is demonic. Remember, Africans have sold our own people. You hear what I'm saying? Is got these people clinging to Islam or clinging to Christianity. How about let's not cleave to these titles and labels and traditions of men, but let's cleave to the Most High and what He says. Who does the Most High say that I am? Whom do you say that I am? Men say this. Some say John, some say Elias, some say Moses. Okay, but who do you say that I am? No Sol Invictus. So a lot of this stuff is deep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that, oh boy. You got to know the difference between manipulating elements that are already there and using them to benefit you at the expense of other people and other creatures, right? Meaning for their detriment against them, but for your benefit. That's witchcraft manipulation. That's an aporia, okay? And that's the mindset of character through Chimera Principle, Project MK Ultra programming, trauma-induced segregation. As a race of mankind, those of us who are mankind are a race. Those of them who are of the reptilians, those are a kind. Those are a race. They are racist, and there's many colors behind them and to them, and they're colorist as well. So know what you talk about when we talk about racism and colorism. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why there's so much confusion and bitterness and strife. And First and Second Timothy goes all up in this. Titus goes all up in this. The book of Jude and James, you know what I'm saying, goes all in this, like straight up. So do a self inventory, and I ask Father God that you would show all of us our true hearts. You know what I'm saying, in your eyes, and help us to be willing to submit to that process of accepting where we were wrong or are wrong, and going forth and doing what needs to be done Give us the courage and the hope, the joy, the satisfaction, the willingness. You know what I'm saying? The love, being like, let us feel your love. Love us through these things, Father God, through the changes that need to be done, because you're the only one that can change us. We just, I ask that you give us the willingness where we've been unwilling. But that being said, Arabun and Shamaim Yahakarash, your name is, your kingdom come, your will be done. In Aretz as it is in Shamaim. Give us this day our daily bread, and have mercy on us for our trespasses, as we have mercy on those who trespass against us. And guide us not into temptation, but deliver us from all the power of the wicked one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. This is a new day, new beginnings, new dawn, new vision. Um, I lose miracles and healing in life. We're safe. We're going to sleep safe. Um, if there is any battles in the sleep, know that it is finished. Know that the Most High got you. Satan, the house of Satan, trying to plant seeds of fear and doubt and weird confusions in people's dreams too. Y'all help us to interpret the dreams and help us to control the dreams through your ruach. Control the dreams through us. In your name, and I touch and agree with you, Father God. And I seal these prayers and these declarations in your name, and the gates of hell will not prevail against us. In Yahushua's name. Amen. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. I hope this helps some people. And don't be trying to fit in with people. We don't fit in. We fit in with our own. We're good at outfitting, okay? Those people who don't appreciate you, that's on them. They got to go through what they got to go through. You know what I'm saying? They got to go through their journey. Um, but anyone who truly loves you, they're not gonna be out there just leading you any and every type of way. We all fall short. We all slip up. You know, we have our hiccups and our ups. You know what I'm saying? Although part of being in someone else's shoes is being able to see, like, okay, let me not be so quick to assume and then make a judgment call off of that assumption and then condemn somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because you might go through some of the same stuff.